What's going on, world? AJ here. It is Labor Day. Happy Labor Day to everybody. And happy post AEW All Out. If you have bought the pay-per-view, it was $50 well spent. And today, we're going to talk about this pay-per-view. This has been a game-changing pay-per-view for the entire professional wrestling world. If you have not bought it, go check it out. Go get the replay and watch this thing. What an awesome pay-per-view. Probably one of the best pay-per-views I've seen yet. I mean, that's saying a lot too. That's saying a lot. For AEW, let's just say for AEW, because WWE in the past, yes, they've had some great pay-per-views. But to say overall in professional wrestling, I mean, what a time we live in for the world of professional wrestling. I might make some of y'all professional wrestling fans by the end of this. If maybe you fell out of it and now you hear this big boom over here, like, that's AEW. Right, that's All Elite Wrestling. We kick off the pay-per-view with the buy-in, if it hasn't convinced you enough because of the return of CM Punk after 70 years. Maybe the buy-in will pull you in. But it was a big chaotic 10-man tag match. I believe it was a 10-man tag match. It was the Hardy Family Office, Angelico, Jack Evans, Isaiah Cassidy, Mark Quinn, and Big Money Matt. Versus Best Friends Chuck Taylor, Freshly Squeezed George Cassidy, and Wheeler Yuta, and Jungle Express is Jungle Boy Luchasaurus with Marco Stunt. Basically, it's your typical opener 10-man tag, chaos, and more chaos. That's all you can say. We kick off the show with the TNT Championship match. The Redeemer, I love this, the Redeemer, Miro, versus Mad King Eddie Kingston. And my pick for this one, I had to go with Miro. I wanted Eddie to win, but I didn't see him winning. I knew Miro was just going to continue to dominate. And a lot of good blow-to-blows. And the shirt that Eddie Kingston comes out with, Redeem These Nuts. If you missed Rampage Friday night when he said that to Miro in the promo, it was hilarious. So it was a good time. Even the crowd chants, Redeem These Nuts. It's Chicago. I mean, what do you expect? So there you go. Chicago crowd is a fantastic wrestling crowd, but a lot of back and forth, a lot of good moments here. Kingston fought back with the spinning back fist and hit the DDT for the near fall. But, it was a close thing. But, of course, Miro pulls out the game over. Eddie Kingston's done. All right. So, retaining, it was the referee. The referee in this match, I forgot about this. The referee in this match screwed Eddie Kingston because he was so concerned about the exposed turnbuckle because the pad was missing. It was irritating. So, I blame the referee for this one. But overall, great match. Up next, Jon Moxley versus New Japan's Kojima. So the Forbidden Door, Jon Moxley's on this Forbidden Door kick, challenging people from New Japan Pro Wrestling. So we have this match with Kojima, a lot of great hard-hitting blows. At some point, Moxley got his arm cut. Don't know what happened there. He was bleeding pretty well. A lot of good stiff punches. And then, of course, finishing up with the paradigm shift, Moxley gets the pin and gets the win. And the crowd goes crazy over it. But then they go even more crazy when all of a sudden another New Japan legend comes out there. And it's Suzuki. And he comes out and they're going back and forth, blows to blow to blow. And then Suzuki basically spikes Jon Moxley with the Gotch-style pile driver. And it's over. It's over. That's how you end that segment. AEW Women's Championship match. I forgot to say who I would pick for to win that match. It's Jon Moxley. AEW Women's Title match. Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. Got to put that in there because she's a real life dentist. Of course, with her cohorts, Rebel and Jamie Hayter versus the Galaxy's greatest alien, Chris Statlander, with Orange Cassidy. A good back and forth match between these two. Chris Statlander is definitely an alien. The power that she brings to the matches, the strength that she has, it's just unreal. Just seeing her do this crazy spinning splash off this Falcon's arrow. There it is right there. I'm trying to think of what it is. Statlander doing that Falcon's arrow for a near fall. Of course, at the end of the match, Britt Baker gets her rolled over to follow up with the lockjaw, and it's over at that point. Good match between the two. I picked Baker to win that one, even though I wanted Statlander, but I knew Baker was probably going to retain. So the safe bet was to go with Dr. Britt Baker. Of course, they talked about the match that had to get scrapped from the pay-per-view and moved to Rampage on Friday night. It's coming Friday. Andrade El Idolo taking on Pac because of travel problems. So we're looking forward to seeing that match. The next one, the craziest steel cage match you will ever see, and probably the best steel cage match I watched in my entire life before the tag team titles. The Lucha Brothers taking on the Young Bucks. Young Bucks defending the titles inside the steel cage. What mayhem, what craziness, all these high-flying moves. Rey Fenix is not human. He's probably an alien. Rey Fenix, I don't know how he pulls these moves off. He just does all these crazy stunts, these moves, even off the cage walls. It is just incredible. And just seeing all these moves that they're all pulling out. And I've seen 2 years ago at All Out 2019, Bucks versus the Lucha Brothers in a ladder match for the AAA tag team titles. That was insane. This topped it even more. So it's a great return to see that. And then there was a moment where they were all super kicking each other in a circle. It was the best. Brandon Cutler throwing the bag of a Nike sneaker with tacks on the bottom of it into the ring. So Matt Jackson was super kicking people with that. And then, of course, they finally got in the hands of Rey Fenix. He was beating people with the shoe. It was just craziness. And there was one point I thought it was over. I thought it was over. And then the match kept going. And I'm like, what is happening? And it's just the most insane steel cage match you'll ever see. And you have to buy the pay-per-view. And the Lucha Brothers pulls off the win. And they are the new AEW World Tag Team Champions. What a great moment. What a great time. A lot of blood in the ring. There was even a handstand print in there of blood. It was just crazy. So it was just an awesome time. Women's Casino Battle Royale. If you don't know what a Casino Battle Royale is, pretty much what it is, it's basically like the 4 suits of cards. So each suit comes out, 5 wrestlers come out, one after another during that suit. So basically, they come out at once. So a lot of great moments there. I'm not going to run down the whole thing because it's a lot of chaos and a lot of eliminations off the bat here and there. But the biggest story of this one is Ruby Soho, formerly known as Ruby Riott, which I predicted would be the Joker. I didn't predict her to win. I did not. So it's pretty refreshing to see that the Joker gets a win in a Casino Battle Royale for the first time, I believe. And so that was pretty cool to see that and to see that happen. And so Ruby Soho gets a AEW women's title shot, long deserved because she's never won any titles in WWE. And it was pretty cool to see that happen. It was down to her and Thunder Rosa. I thought it was going to be Thunder Rosa. I really honestly thought they were going to go back to that feud with her and Britt Baker. But no, it's Ruby Soho. So congratulations to her on her AEW debut. Up next, the Pinnacle's MJF versus the demo guy Chris Jericho in the final 5. This is where Chris Jericho basically he has lost 3 matches, I believe, or I think it's 3 or 4. I don't remember. But he's lost all these matches to MJF. He had to go through the 5 Labors Jericho, which consisted of a match with Shawn Spears, Juventud Guerrera, not in this order, Nick Gage, and that was a death match, Wardlow, and the final one was MJF. And so, yeah, it was the 3rd match. That was his 3rd match with MJF. And Jericho basically says if he can't beat MJF, he was going to retire from in-ring in AEW. And he there was this spot where Jericho and MJF, man, MJF looked good in this match. Jericho really put him over. There was a spot where the referee counted to 3, but Jericho's foot was on the rope, and they declared MJF the winner. I was like, hold on. But here's the other kicker. There was one point before that. Wardlow started running down and tried to interfere. Jake Hager, who's with Jericho, comes down and takes care of business. Referees come out and try to break up the fight. So they had an extra referee hanging out watching what was going down. So that other referee that was at ringside caught Jericho's foot, said, no, this match ain't over. So there was a little scuffle between the referee and referee Aubrey Edwards, who was officiating the match. And they restarted the match, and it was just done within the next minute. Jericho gets to win. So he continues to wrestle in AEW. That's great. I love it. What a great finish for that. The biggest match, if the reason why you bought the pay-per-view is because CM Punk's return. CM Punk versus Darby Allin. And it's Punk's first match back after 7 years. His last match was the 2014 Royal Rumble at WWE until he decided to walk out and never return to professional wrestling. Never say never. He's back. And what a great moment for these two guys. They had a good match. Just your basic good match. It was good. It was just basically just to bring CM Punk back into the fold, seeing Darby Allin do his thing, and Punk gets the win. And of course, standing ovation for everybody. Sting comes down to the ring and basically congratulates Punk and helps Darby Allin up. And basically, they just all have this moment in the ring. Good time right there for these guys. It's good to see CM Punk back in the ring. And that's not the only surprise we'll see later on tonight. This match here, Paul White versus QT Marshall. I'm just going to say Paul White wins. Squash match. Thank you. Moving on. Main event time. AEW World Champion, the Cleaner, Kenny Omega with Don Callis versus Impact Wrestling World Champion Christian Cage. Early on, Christian Cage beat Kenny Omega for the Impact World Championship because he had the Impact World title. He also has the AAA title from the Mega Championship from AAA Wrestling. He's also the AEW World Champion, so he's dripping in gold. Ladies and gentlemen, he's dripping in gold. But he lost the Impact title to Christian Cage on the first episode of Rampage, first match. And it was a really good match. This was a great match, too. There's a moment I was getting really tired, started falling asleep, so I missed bits and pieces of it, so I want to rewatch that actually later. But overall, basically, Kenny Omega pins Christian Cage. There was a table spot in there where Kenny Omega stomps on him and does the Steve Urkel things like, didn't I do that? I'm like, yeah, you did. You sure did, Kenny. Oh, my goodness. That reminds me of my episode with the cereal of Dunkaroo cereal. So there you go. But overall, yeah, Kenny Omega wins. So you have this beat down on Christian Cage after the match. And basically, Kenny Omega says nobody can beat him. And even if nobody's able to beat him, even if they're dead, out comes Adam Cole. Adam Cole was just on NXT 2 weeks ago. And of course, I'm like, oh, how's this going to go? Because I know he was with Bullet Club, and they killed him off in BTE on Being the Elite on their YouTube channel. And when he left for WWE, he joined the Elite. So he joined the fray, and the next thing Kenny Omega was about to do his goodbye bit, and then out comes Bryan Danielson, formerly known as Daniel Bryan, and what an ovation, what a moment that was. Perfect. It was just a perfect moment right there for everybody, for professional wrestling. So overall, All Out was a great pay-per-view, a lot of surprises, a lot of new signees. Oh my goodness. So that's the rundown of All Out, and what a great show that was. And I'm looking forward to Dynamite this week. So if you want to catch all of this action, order the pay-per-view if you haven't. Get the replay. Watch AEW Dynamite on TNT this Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Central Time. Catch Rampage 9 p.m. Central Time on TNT on Friday nights. This is AJ. It's the AJ Show. It's my review and rundown of AEW's All Out. We'll catch you guys next time.